With great love and respect in my heart, I welcome you to this beautiful Sunday morning. Thank you for taking your time to be here and also being in your home, but in a whole different mindset. So before we begin, let's just take a moment to settle down. Be comfortable. Close your eyes. Pull your spine straight and open your shoulders. Connect with the breath. Breath coming in and breath going out. Soften your eyes a bit more. Soften the whole body. Watch the breath flowing in smoothly, flowing out smoothly. Imagine sand settling in a glass of water. All the restlessness, anxiousness settling down. Just as when the dust particles settle down, the glass of water appears to be clear. Imagine the same thing happening within you as all the restlessness, anxiousness settles down. There is a clarity. Pause the breath for a second, wherever it is. Just pause it. Practice holding the breath in and it's expanding within. Your heart space is getting larger. Before you begin to stress out, slowly release it. After a breath or two, pause it again. Experience that expansion from within. No contraction, because contraction comes because of the stress. Release the breath. And again, after a breath or two, pause it. You can add a little imagination there. With expansion, expands the light within. Light of prana, the life force, being absorbed in your system. Slowly release it before you begin to experience stress. Keep breathing. Now bring your attention to the triangle between the two eye sockets and center of the forehead. Holding your eyes very still, bring the attention to the center of the forehead, the top of the triangle. Your eyes are still. Mind is resting in the center of the forehead. Pause the breath again. Let the mind rest in the center of the forehead. Before you experience stress, release the breath again. Let's practice this for 2-3 times. Whenever you are ready, pause the breath. Eyes are still. Mind is still. Light emanating from within, in the center of the forehead. Release the breath. And slowly open your eyes. Thank you. Slowly we are opening the temple. Welcome back. And in the beginning of the meditation, we do pranav. Pranav means sound of the breath. Prana, the sound of the prana. And as you all have done just now, pranav begins with sound of Om. This is the one cycle of pranav. Om, 3 ohms in one breath, 3 ohms, each ohm is 1 breath long. After Om is Ma. 3 Mas. Then 3 Kring. Kring. Kring is the seed mantra, the Bij mantra of Mahakali. Now, what is Om? The meaning of Om is vast, but in a very simple sentence, Om, all inclusive, all one. That's what the real meaning of Om is. It's all one. If you go into little more subtle meanings, u, ma, beginning, middle, and end. It includes it all. So Om means oneness of all. The second sound, Ma. Ma is the name of unconditional love. That's available to us all. Ma is the name of unconditional love. And that unconditional love is available to us through so many different channels. Ma is not only confined to our worldly mother, the mother who gives birth to us, who nourishes us, nurtures us. The divine love, the unconditional love, is like the earth, Mother Earth, that holds us, supports us. It's present to us in the form of the warmth of the sun. It's present to us in the form of the breath we breathe, nourishment of the water, and the space itself. 5 elements: earth, water, air, fire, and space. Unconditional love. It's available to us all. So when you are repeating this, echoing our inner universe with the sound of pranav, think about that. It's not just a sound, we are not singing here. When you are doing this, you are really focused on yourself, and while making the sound, you are also holding that thought, what Om means, what Ma means. When you are saying Om, there is energy rising from the navel to the crown and vibrating in the crown. It's such a beautiful feeling when you are really doing Om. In that moment, you are aware of your oneness, your connection. You are not separate from anything in the universe. It's all one. Then Ma. When you are saying Ma, you're really calling out to that divine love. Not only calling out, you're connecting with that love that's available to you 24 hours. You're surrounded by it, you are saturated by it, you're held by it, you're breathing it. There is a gratitude in our heart. There is a gratitude in our heart for all its presence in our life in so many different forms. How beautiful it feels when our heart is filled with gratitude. And the vibration from the heart is just going out. Your heart is opening and the vibration is just going out. So have that imagery. Then Kring, 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 kring is the seed mantra of Mahakali. Mahakali is the presiding deity of transformation, creativity, no fear, no doubt, no hesitation. So being aware of my oneness, being aware of the love available to me, I'm evoking that creative force, creative energy that enables me towards transformation. We are constantly transforming. Whether you like it or not, transformation is happening every moment. River of life is flowing. It looks like a river is flowing, life is flowing, but not two moments are the same. Constantly changing. So this prano that we do in the beginning of meditation, it comes under the Bhut Shuddhi. Before we do meditation, we purify the Bhut, the past, whatever has clung on to us, whatever has been in our mind, whatever nightmare I woke up with, or aspiration I woke up with, separating myself from it all. I sit in meditation. So you're coming back again after a long time. I just wanted to revisit it, that whatever we do it with understanding. We just don't copycat it. We do. So whether you are at your home or you are sitting in the temple, when you meditate, think about this meaning of Om, Ma, and Kring. You're constantly transforming. No two moments are the same. Now, if we are not aware of this, we keep carrying the past into the present and into the future. This is why taking a break from it all, starting over new, is so important. And you have that opportunity with each breath. No matter what is happening, just stop the breath. Stop the breath. And these little practices that I share with you, after stopping the breath, you have released it, new breath comes in. With that new breath, the new you can start. Practice is not complicated. It's very simple. It's up to us to give its due respect and bring that in. This morning, when I came in the temple, I was overwhelmed by just this thought came to me. I come in, sit down, everything is prepared, ready, all these things. What has caused this? Somebody came and cleaned the temple. Somebody set up that. Somebody did that. Somebody made the chai. It's the same energy flowing through different instruments, different individuals. The same energy. Shakti. And it was such a beautiful expression of Om. It's the Shakti that binds us together, that breathes in us, that talks through us, that listens through us. Because when that leaves, this body is picked up by those who love us, and take it to the cremation ground. When that Shakti leaves, it's the same Shakti that created this, and that is when two people are exchanging, connecting. So when rising above our own little story, our own drama, our own thoughts, our own individuality, when we begin to think of what is keeping it all together, that's what we worship. The day we learn how to worship Shakti, we truly come to that understanding that we are divine being. We are just an instrument through which this Shakti manifests. I'm just an instrument. I'm just an instrument. And going back to why did that Shakti flow through so many instruments? What is in the foundation? It's the love. Everything you see in the ashram is an expression of that love. From the moment I arrived in this town 30 years ago, all that has happened, it's all an expression of that love. How beautiful it feels to receive love, and how beautiful it feels to give love. That is the true worship of Shakti. That is the true worship of life, this life itself. May we never let go of an opportunity to give and receive love. And call this your puja, call this your worship. This worship goes beyond all traditions and all ideologies and all religions. To be able to acknowledge the sacredness of our own life and someone else's life, and be able to give love and receive love. Whether you go to a temple or not, a church or ashram or whatever, doesn't really matter. What matters is, are you able to give and receive love? Because we are all one. We are all Om. That oneness, that's what we are. We are not separate. Yes, we have our stories, but that story is not the whole thing. It's not the whole thing. You don't need to read books and scriptures. Just forget about that. Just think about that your life is sacred. And so is the other person's life that is in front of you is sacred. And yes, being a human, we create our conflicts and we have our human moments. But then take a break from that. Stop the breath. Come back to yourself. Take that breath of transformation. Transform yourself. Each breath gives you that opportunity to transform. And that's what really gives meaning to life. That's what gives meaning to life. Moment by moment, this life is passing. Moment by moment, this life is passing. And we do have this opportunity to live our highest. Thank you all. Just wanted to greet you in the temple and greet you in your own temple. And I'll stop right here. Let's all, wherever we are, just close our eyes for a moment. Holding the thought of sacredness. Your life is sacred. Your body is sacred. Your mind is sacred. Just welcome that breath. Holding the thought of oneness. Om. Welcome that breath. Holding the thought of Ma, the unconditional love that you are held by, surrounded by. Welcome that breath. Holding the thought of you are constantly transforming, changing. Welcome that breath. I bow to the divinity within you and thank you for taking this time and would love to hear what's on your mind.